Call Yamla Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha Kodash. And the honors unto the elders and apostles of GMS with peace and blessings into the hopeful election. That's shalom to the hopeful election. That's hopeful elect lady and her children. And get this Proverbs reading, certain situation, just, occurred again, right? So I'm gonna read this. He's saying, let me get some scriptures. Proverbs 21 and 1. Actually, I'm gonna 21. It says, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord as the rivers of water. It says, he turneth it whithersoever he will. It says, every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord pondereth the hearts. It says, every way of man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord pondereth the hearts, man. The mind, the heart, the intentions, right? Because the wicked's intent is to do evil. It says to do justice and judgment is more acceptable uh, to the Lord than sacrifice. It says a high look and a proud heart, and the plowing of the wicked is sin. So, and this is why we're constantly bringing these things out, because you hear me say it at camp, the people, the work of one's own hands, the acknowledge the uplifting of one's own self, man. You know, because in these times, you're in a situation where certain people are starting to, a lot of people, right, are starting to figure out, that the government doesn't love them. The government doesn't have their best interests at heart. Even though the people around them, or it's, especially if you in this truth, you might be dealing with your own separate battle, your own separate hell that you're going through. But at the end of the day, it's because of what it says. The plowing of the wicked is sin, man. We've been because the same spirits from then are back today. We've been brought into remembrance of our power. Let's put it like that. And then us being brought into remembrance of our power in these different kingdoms, the spirit is able to extrapolate, the different plowing methods, the different, ideologies and mindsets and, mannerisms, customs, or whatever have you that have been implemented on us over time. So to come out of that, if we're walking spiritual now, right? We have the spirit of the Lord Yahweh Shah in us. So we're walking spiritual. We know certain things. This whole kingdom will irritate our spirit, man. For that reason alone, because there's no justice, there is no judgment on the earth. There's a lot of hypocrisy, a lot of musty ass murmuring and hypocrisy going on. You know, you get this Micah 6:7. Micah 6:7. It says, will the Lord be pleased with the thousands of rams, or with the 10,000 of rivers of oil? Shall I give my firstborn for my transgression, the fruit of my body, for the fruit of my body for the sin of my soul? And when you analyze that, you think, the Lord really doesn't require much from us, man. You have all these different things really to do mercy, judgment, faith, man. Mercy, judgment, faith. But see, you started learning the ways of the wicked, and we started selling each other off, killing each other. These wicked counsels of Judah and Ephraim. Selling these sons and daughters off to sex slaves, as slaves in general, for profit. The women putting their sons through the fire. And we say these things and we bring these things out because they were doing that because they had a particular mindset in that ancient world. And really, we still live on that in the earth, except the world. Now, that mindset is still, that spirit, right? It's still here. That mindset is just not done the same way. We don't execute the same customs that was executed then. So people's mindset are still rooted in wickedness, man. We've been plowed throughout these various different kingdoms to not us. Because I believe that we may be of the hopeful elect, man. And I hope that we are of the election, man. But through these various different kingdoms where in which wickedness has been set up, you know, your spirit has been, obviously the spirit make no, you make witness of, bear witness of everything. You know, it's been able to condition our people. I'll put it like that. And you understand, even the how the Lord had the five kingdoms, man. Five completion, right? These different kingdoms from Babylon to Syria, the Medes and the Persians, the Greeks and the Romans. Those are five kingdoms, man. And this is just, the six, right? So those are the six major ones of these Edomites. But this one, see, the thing about this kingdom is the iron on the miry clay, you know, is that, these heathen, these Edomites could never get along. They plot on each other. And these Edomites can't get along with anybody because they have an agenda. And they're not going to achieve the agenda, man. But bringing it back, keeping it spiritual, man. It says they don't do justice. Micah 6:8. He have shewed thee, O man, what is good, and the Lord doeth require of thee, man. So he showed us what was good, man. This truth, mercy, judgment, faith, a spiritual man judge of all things, but he himself is judged by no one. And that even, it even goes to our conduct. And I will admit, I myself, man, like I always do, you know. But see, the problem with you Christians and you Catholics and all you wicked ass Hebrew Israelites and you Muslims, whatever the fuck you are, the problem with you is you full of fucking pride of Babylon, man. And the Lord hates. That's the top sin that he fucking hates, man. So think about that. It says, "Oh man, what is good and what do the Lord require of thee, man? He requires us to do good amongst each other and live peaceably amongst all men and obey his son first and foremost. Keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability, because you'll find that you'll live longer. Obviously, right? You'll have a healthier life, a better life. It's better. It sustains the earth. Your kings, they govern how to sustain the earth, how to sustain the people. But all the kings are wicked, man. While he's going to send his son back. It says, but to do justly and to love mercy and to walk humbly with thy God. It says, what is good and what doeth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy God, man. So when we mess up, we are humbly admitting, man. Even when we make these videos, man. It's called transparency, and transparency is a great leadership, if you ask me. The Lord don't need transparency. He can be transparent with whoever he wants, right? But as for us, we are, we are. There's a certain way that we are supposed to carry ourselves, man. You know. But see, the thing is, we govern. We're making our bodies a living sacrifice for our faith in Him. This us cleaning up our bodies, the temple, right? Even in the midst of different straits that certain brothers might be in, sisters might be in, whatever, man. I don't want to say it like that, whatever, but it's happening. I give a little testimony, man. Like I said, whenever I was in Dallas, not Dallas, whenever I was in San Antonio, man, uh, I was listening, like I was going through it, man. I always give these little testimonies just to bring faith, because you never know who's listening. I was going through it. I gave up everything. I was in this homeless shelter. I got kicked out of that. There's a lot of drugs and alcohol and people selling drugs going in and out of that. I ain't gonna get into the details of that place. That place was wicked. So I left that. I was on the street. I was in the cold, but I was still listening to the word all throughout every situation. I was in the word, man. I was listening to the Dallas camp. I was listening to the elders and apostles, man. And what I found out is I was really just walking, me analyzing it now, I was walking in faith, man. The Lord was strengthening me up with what He was preparing me for, as far as a testimony of Him, and as far as a testimony of myself, and it's because you're gonna get His glory, but at the same time, He's gonna give us the glory, man, because through Him, of our faith in Him, man, throughout every step of the book. So to love, to do justly, love, mercy, and walk humbly with faith, man. Walk humbly with thy God, man. So judgment, mercy, and faith. But see, they don't have faith in the Lord because they don't fear the Lord. Truth be told, man, because like I said, let's get it real quick. They really don't fear the Lord, man. 21 to 2. Yeah, let's go to Luke. Get this real quick, man. And I'm gonna close it out. This is it's a quick one. There's a lot of things on my spirit. I feel like this would probably be best to just bring something out where you know, for edification, for exhortation, because a lot of people don't fear the Lord. They think that this is judgment's not executed speedily. People like to count themselves in a good case, man. Roughly paraphrasing, people think that they're good, man. Luke 21:10. It said, then said he unto them, nation shall rise up against nation. We're seeing that. Kingdom against kingdom. Great earthquakes in diverse places. These are things that you will see. And more of them are sure to come. Earthquakes in diverse places, and famines, and pestilences, and fearful sights, and great. There's already been mad famines, but it's coming here. Everything that's been happening all over the world is coming here to America, man. And famines, and pestilences, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven. So everything that's been going on all around Mystery Babylon the Great is sure to come here. And none of the other heathen are going to get away with what they did either. But see, the thing is, there's no place to go but up. The Lord is going to deliver us. You heard elders and apostles go into the rapture. There is no rapture. It's us being called back to the Heavenly Father, man. Because how they dictate the rapture, that's Christianity. You're gonna actually see us going up, man. According to the Lord, man, you're gonna see us ascend, or you're gonna see our bodies change, like literally, the twinkling of an eye, man. So all these things are sure to come for a believer. You don't have to believe, but see, the thing is, in this world, see, these other groups, they'll say, like I said, you can call yourself anything in the world, but see, you call yourself an Israelite, you what? And those people over there aren't even the true fucking people, man. For the most part, there's people over there that amongst them that are. We're scattered everywhere. And the Lord said every nation. He meant every nation, including them, the ones that look like them, the ish people. But it is one of them things where that the doctrine of white supremacy and all these other different devilish. That's why I'm going into these different devilish doctrines over time. You got people in a state, because the wicked have been ruling the earth, man. So the people are in a constant state of trying to figure it out, pretty much, man. But really, it's nothing to figure out, man. The Lord set up Esau. Then He's gonna set us up next, man. Obey the law of the land. So it seems fairly easy, right? Until this devil starts putting snares on your life. The law of the land that starts putting snares and wicked, making unrighteous decrees and taking people's houses and throwing people's babies and alligators, hanging motherfuckers. They still hanging us too, by the way. Wherever we might, not our people, wherever they might be scattered, man. Hanging motherfuckers, man. Chopping science experiment, chopping motherfuckers up, chopping niggas' skulls up. Soldier science experimented soldiers. after World War II, putting shit in your fucking medication, putting shit in your food, following you around every day, using FBI agent informants, plumbers, whatever, to follow you around every day because of fear that of their own hands. You didn't step up when you needed to step up. So why the fuck you following me? I'm not the fucking problem. You've been the fucking problem. We are not the problem. That's the thing. We don't. Esau has a problem with us. We are not the problem. But we do have a problem with how Esau has done us in this. And see, that's where we want that Most High to intervene for us, man. So these things are sure to come, and famines and pestilences and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven, man. But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you. So we understand that, the times we in, man. I understand the time that I'm in. You should understand the time you in. When everything seems good, don't trust it, man. That's what I've been showing you. Don't trust until the Lord come back. Till the Lord is don't trust it. Always stay on point. But for all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and to the prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake, man. And it says, and it shall turn to you for a testimony, man. That's where we're gonna get our glory from the Lord, man. Whenever the beheadings or the firing squad or the hanging, however they're gonna do it, man. Because we stayed true to what we believe in all the way unto death. Yes, we're gonna look like fools. Yes, we're gonna be, the world that's gonna mock us, they're gonna scoff us, just like they did the Savior, man, when he was carrying the cross. They was rolling dice, throwing lots for his garments, man. The soldiers, the Roman soldiers. I bet you they was Jakes. So like I said, man. But you know what? The one that laughs the loudest, man. I'm in there right there, man. Hopefully edified and exhorted to continue in your fight, man. Call Allah Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah, Kodash. Shalom to the hopeful election.